make sure both are on this side of the circle.
Check, 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 check.
The Atlantic League champion York Revolution is on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Onto the track, it is gone! It's gone!
Revs Baseball on WOYK is brought to you by People's Bank, Wellspan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer and Little, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Swinging a ground ball, rolled to short, Dead's got it, throws, it's over! And the York Revolution are 2017 Atlantic League champions!
Now with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution, Daryl Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from People's Bank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to game number 51 of York Revolution baseball. Tonight, next to last game of this homestand, game 2 out of 3 this weekend between the Revs and the Sugarland Skeeters. Revs go for another series win here tonight. First off, though, the competition before the game, the cow milking contest. Juice Gums, the third base coach for Sugarland, going up against Big Boat Jay Goss, who's down in the field for the Revs, and a big crowd gathered cheering on Jay Goss, who has taken home the belt, or whatever they're going to give him. Maybe just pride. But Jay Goss is our cow milking champ here in 2018. It is Ag and Farm Night here at People's Bank Park tonight as the Revs host the Skeeters. Michael is down near the field. We're going to have a report from him on the scene on what Jay Goss just did to that poor cow coming up in our next segment. But we'll get you set for tonight's game. The Revs coming off a big win last night, 4-1, which put them at 4-1 on this homestand. And the big hit in the game offensively came from Michael Burgess with 2 on in the 4th.
When he signed that season. Now Burgess launches one out to deep right center field, and that ball is not coming back. Michael Burgess, a towering shot out to right center. He gets a hanger from Russell, and he puts the Revs up 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. His team-leading 8th home run of the season as Burgess trots around the bases. He got a pitch up in the zone, and he made Russell pay. And there goes the cannon. 3-0 Revs here in the bottom of the 4th.
And that was the big shot for the offense. The other big part of the equation, Robert Carson, 7 shutout innings last night. Skeeters did get a run on a ground out in the 8th, but in the 9th, it was a spectacular play from Travis Witherspoon, bringing back a potential home run to end it. The 1-2, swinging a high fly, deep left center. Witherspoon drifts, still going back at the track, jumps up, and he makes the grab. Travis Witherspoon scales the LED lights in left center and makes an incredible leaping catch to end it. And the Revs finish this win with a bang. 4-1 is the final score. Spoony timed his leap right in front of the LED lights, and he went sky high in front of the neon and brought it down. What a grab to end it. Now the Revs with that 4-1 win, it was a great way to end it. And tonight looking to make it 2 in a row to claim a series from the Skeeters here this weekend. It'll be Logan Williamson making his 3rd start back with York, 1-1, a 5.78 ERA. Right-hander Casey Coleman goes for Sugarland. He is 1-0 with an ERA of 1.08. The win last night put the Revs at 26-24, 6 behind Lancaster, but within 4.5 of Sugarland for 2nd place. Skeeters 31-20 coming in tonight, and every game big for them. They are just a game and a half behind the Barnstormers. Coming up on our pregame, Michael will give us a little report from the scene where Jay Goss just had his way with that cow and won that cow milking contest over Juice Gums. We'll get the lowdown from Michael. We'll hear from Mace coming up here shortly as well. First pitch tonight set for 6:30 here in downtown York on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Daly Anstein is a personal injury law firm that specializes in auto and motorcycle accidents, workers' compensation, and personal injury cases. Anstein has been proudly protecting the injured in Central PA for more than 40 years and is proud to support the York Revolution. At Dale E. Anstein, consultations are always free, and there is no fee unless they win the case for you. To learn more about Dale E. Anstein, or if you're in need of representation, go to AnsteinLaw.com. That's ANSTINE law.com.
Want to give your child the best birthday ever without hosting, planning, or cleanup work? Book a Kona Ice birthday party at People's Bank Park. Parties include a 2-hour feast, goodie bags for all guests, and Penn State Children's Hospital playground wristbands. The birthday child gets a custom Revs jersey, a ceremonial first pitch, and a customized Revs birthday cake. Birthdays in the Kona Ice birthday zone during a Revs game. Best birthday ever. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
We are your auto loan experts. Hello, I'm Sue DeStefano, President and CEO of First Capital Federal Credit Union. With terms you can trust and competitive rates as low as 2.49% APR, First Capital is the first place to go when you're looking for an auto loan. At First Capital, you're a member, not just a number. You can apply for your loan online at firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any of our branches. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
People's Bank Park. Pregame continues, and we've already had one game tonight between the Revs and the Skeeters. It was between Jay Goss and Juice Gums, our annual cow milking contest, and we had Michael Marcantonini down on the scene. Michael, what was that like? Was it a pretty intense battle between those two?
Yeah, it was intense. That both were getting into it. Juice looked like he's done it before. That's what Doug was saying down there. Juice looked like a pro. Goss, though, I mean, hey, some rookie success there, ended up coming out with the win. It was close. It was really close. I mean, they were neck and neck for a while. Juice had the early lead, and he actually maintained that lead for a little while. But Goss, you know, the second half, it just came out of the locker room fired up and finished off and got a little bit more milk out of there. So it was cool to see. But guys on both teams are down there, and it was intense, though, you know, in the heat of the moment. Robert Carson, last night's starter, took it upon himself to go back and forth looking at the progress from both guys.
Well, was it more of a finesse approach, or was it more of a power idea from Boat?
Well, see, I couldn't see too much. I was closer to Juice, but it looked like Boat was more finessing it. It wasn't like, you know, he was trying to overpower and win from the start. He was finessing it and just kind of get a feel for how to milk a cow, and then it played out in his favor.
How did the cow react?
They were both calm. I guess they're used to that. I mean, that's kind of an everyday thing for cows, getting milked. But yeah, they were calm. I mean, when we were up here in the booth, before I went down there, I'm looking out the booth and I just see two huge cows, and I'm like, where did they come from? But did you see how they got them in here?
No, I missed all of that.
Yeah, They couldn't.
It's a large animal.
They couldn't have come through center because we would have seen that, but I don't know where they came from.
Well, where did they go? Now where are they?
Yeah, I don't know. That's also a great question. Where did the cows go?
Well, that was amazing. Any aspirations to be a cow milking sideline reporter in your career? Because that's what you just did tonight.
You know what? I don't know if it's exactly for me. I am a big fan of cows. But don't know if I'm suited for that. I don't really understand all the terminology. I'd have to learn all that before I get on the sidelines for an actual contest.
Well, it was something special, as it is every year. And good to see the Revs reclaim the crown. I think last year it belonged to Lancaster when they were here, so it stays in York. I don't know if we'll parade it around every day. Everybody gets a day with the trophy or the belt, or did they provide anything? Or
I didn't see a trophy or, you know, the first place for that. Goss just took a picture with somebody for being the winner, and they put the two milk cups up together, so I think maybe Goss got to keep his milk.
Okay.
So I'm sure they both did, but everyone was shouting, "Drink it." He was like, "No, I'm not drinking that."
Well, the Revs already have a leg up tonight after winning the cow milking contest. Michael, we thank you for your report.
Absolutely. I was happy to do it because you know, we get in such a rhythm here, baseball. It's nice to have a little cow milking mixed in.
Absolutely. That's what we do. Well, we will take a timeout here in the pregame. We'll hear from Mace, the Broadway Transmission Managers report, as the Revs look for 2 in a row against the Skeeters. We'll have that for you coming up next.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for all the latest on your Atlantic League champion York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace. Well, last night you start off the weekend, another win, now 4-1 on this homestand. And Robert Carson, obviously the results were terrific. How did it look to you from where you were in the dugout?
Absolutely phenomenal. Fletch and I were talking. I think that might have been one of the best spot starts that I've ever seen. Actually, I mean, he was dominant for 7 innings, and just you can't say enough about what he did. Not only to help us win the game, but to give us a chance to have some bullpen guys available, going into today and tomorrow.
What's it like with a guy making a spot start as you get through each inning and make sure that he's feeling okay and everything's still good to go?
Yeah, I mean, you can tell by how they're throwing the ball, and he really never lost velocity all night. Even in the 7th inning, he was still throwing in the 90s. After the 6th inning, we asked him, hey, what do you think? And he's like, one more. I'm good for one more. So, when we got to that point, we weren't going to let him face the tying run if it came to that, or the winning run, just because he deserved to have a chance to win the game the way he pitched. So he had done his job, actually more than done his job last night. So that was one of the more dominant performances against a really good hitting team.
What do you think is next for him? I know there's another doubleheader in a week. Do you keep him in the rotation, or does he go back to the pen after a few days rest?
Well, I mean, depending on how things go tomorrow, we have Vogel in there tomorrow, and then we have that day-night doubleheader on Saturday, on the 30th. And, Severino is going to get worked on tomorrow. So, I mean, there's a chance Dominic could be back for that. And if those things happen, then we'll take a look at, either moving Carson or Van Meter or both back into the bullpen, depending on if Severino can come back and how Vogel does tomorrow. So, I mean, we still got a lot of things kind of, up in the air, I guess would be the best way to put it. But, when you get a good performance like last night, that's, that was a good shot in the arm for us.
Not just Rob, but in general, the way the guys that had been in the bullpen have stepped into the rotation this year, has that been the biggest strength or even the biggest pleasant surprise for you?
I think so. And all the guys, I mean, Joey Van Meter, Robbie, I mean, even Luke Westfall, I mean, these are all guys that they wanted to have an opportunity to start when we talked during the off season. And, I mean, sometimes you can't control everything that happens here with guys getting signed and guys getting injured, and next thing you know, these guys are into the rotation. One of the good things that we did early on, even in spring training, was we extended these guys, especially Van Meter and Carson. We extended them in spring training. We extended them early in the season, giving them multiple innings of relief, which helped build them up, which enabled them to kind of step into that starting rotation a little bit easier than, say, just being a one-inning guy and one inning only. So I think that kind of paid off for us, not knowing at the time that that we were going to need him in that starting rotation early in the year. As you know, most of the starters, they're not built up to go deep in the game, so those guys are going 3 or 4, and then you use guys like Carson and Van Meter to go 2 innings plus, and now you're into the 6th or 7th inning where you can get into your regular bullpen guys, so your back end guys. So I mean, it's kind of worked out in that regard, but I don't want to see anybody get hurt. We need all our guys available to pitch, and I think we're a better club when certain guys can fill the roles that we need them to fill. But right now these guys are doing a heck of a job for us.
Well, you do have Luke Westfall active tonight, all systems a go if his situation comes up?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. He threw yesterday. He said he felt great. He got on the mound yesterday and he threw. He said he felt really good yesterday. So I put him back on the roster for tonight, and he's out there throwing catch now. So if he doesn't have any setbacks at all, he will be available for tonight.
Looking back at the bullpen last night, you finished it with Rincon. It was Pugliese before that, and the little hiccup with a couple of walks to begin the inning. But the way that he came back from that, pretty impressive with what you saw from him again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the walks were a little bit troubling, but I mean, it was only his second appearance for us, and in the situation we were in, we had used a lot of guys the night before. Grant was down last night, so we couldn't go to Grant in the ninth inning. So, we kind of used the guys that were the most rested and, the guys that had been real effective lately. So we kind of took that route and, and it worked out.
What was your view on Spoon's catch to end it?
Incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. Off the bat, I thought there was no chance that he was even going to be able to get even a chance at that ball, but he timed it perfect. You could see him kind of stop out there, and initially when he stopped, I thought, well, maybe he's stopping because he knows he doesn't have a play, and then the next thing you know, he's up on the wall making the game ending out. So no, I mean, we've seen him make some really great plays here, but that one is right up there.
And a huge part of the offense was Burgess against the lefty last night. Not only the home run, but 2 hits total against Russell. What were you seeing there?
Yeah, I mean, I just think, I think Burge, just from talking to him, he had, I think he got up there and he crowded the plate a little bit, and I know he got a fastball early in the count, and then I think maybe he just sat on another one thinking he might get it again, and he didn't miss it when he did get it. So I mean, with all hitters and pitchers, there's a little cat and mouse that's going on up there. Everybody's trying to set the other guy up and that kind of stuff. So percentage-wise, as you know, it's rare when the hitter gets the pitcher, but last night was was a good get for us.
Well, you've got Logan tonight, and what have your thoughts been on his first 2 outings coming back?
I think he's been fine. I mean, basically, like we said, the same guy that left here in September. Thing for him right now, trying to get his stamina up there a little bit where he can go a little bit deeper in the game. But, I mean, I think he's thrown the ball really well. His couple starts have been fine, and, hopefully he can do the same thing again tonight and keep us in the game and, just pitch the way he's been pitching the last couple times out there.
Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Yep, thanks.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Logan Williamson has finished his warm-ups down the line in right field. Let's get you the starting lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by Flying Feet. For the Skeeters tonight, change at the top. Colin Walsh will lead off and play second base. Matt Chavez at first base goes into the 2-hole. Derek Norris will bat third. He will catch once again. Dennis Phipps is the designated hitter and batting cleanup for them tonight. Kyle Kubica at third base will hit fifth. Barrett Barnes is in right field and batting sixth. Courtney Hawkins, left fielder, will hit seventh. Batting eighth in center field is Anthony Jansanti, and Alvaro Rondon at shortstop will hit ninth. Again, it's Walsh, Chavez, Norris, Phipps, Kubica, Barnes, Hawkins, Jansanti, and Rondon. That lineup facing Logan Williamson. Casey Coleman makes the start for Sugar Land. And the lineup that the Revs will send out to face the Skeeters righty will have Travis Witherspoon in center, leading things off again. Alexi Casilla at second base, bats second. Hitting third and DHing is Wellington Dotel. Jared Mitchell in right field will bat cleanup. Jose Cuevas, the third baseman, hits fifth. Michael Burgess at first base will bat sixth. Luis Cruz does the catching and hits seventh tonight. Ryan Dent at shortstop batting eighth, and Tyson Gillies is in left field batting ninth. Again for the Revs, Witherspoon, Casilla, Dotel, Mitchell, Cuevas, Burgess, Cruz, Dent, and Gillies. As the Revs have taken the field, we will listen in tonight on our national anthem.
Fans, please rise, remove all cover, and welcome Anosha Kine from the Davidsburg 4-H Club for the performance of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, nobles bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Our national anthem tonight here at People's Bank Park. There was some question throughout the week and even earlier today what kind of weather we might be in for tonight, but right now, beautiful sun shining and not too humid here at the ballpark. 78 degrees on the board in deep left center. Our weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. And the way that it's turned out tonight, a report that they could be proud of as they've ordered that up for us. Logan Williamson will begin his warm-ups on the game mound, and overall in 2 starts, 1-1 with a 5.79 ERA. And he really pitched well at Somerset in his season debut, especially for a first outing. He was just coming back, and in that game at Somerset, June 13th, 4 1/3, 3 hits, was charged with 3 runs in a loss. He came back then earlier this week against the Road Warriors, and in Monday's game got the win in the 19-3 victory. And in that one, 5 innings, 3 runs, just 4 hits given up. Only 2 through the first 4 innings. He walked only 1. And at one point retired 11 straight. His first start at the game at Somerset, he had stretches of 6 in a row, retired twice. And overall, a pretty impressive comeback to basically get right back to where he was last season in terms of the form that he has displayed. Mace said the one thing maybe still could improve is the endurance, and that is to be expected. And he comes in tonight 4th in Revs history in wins. Monday was his 22nd. Next on the list is Frank Gailey with 25. Behind only Corey Thurman with 66, Chris Cody with 39, Frank Gailey with 25. Williamson is 4th with 22 all-time with York. And tonight is 75th start with the Revs. That's 3rd most behind Thurman Cody. We're set to go. Colin Walsh digs in, our Dasher Investment Services first pitch tonight. He starts, stops. It's a called strike anyway. And we are underway. 6:35 on the stadium board tonight. Walsh hitting at 259. Here's the 0-1. And it is a called strike 2. Williamson jumps ahead quickly. He became the third in Revs history to go over 400 innings in his last start. Now nods yes, winds and fires, and it misses down and in. He is 6 away from becoming the 5th to get to 200 strikeouts. 194 entering the night. Pitch is a changeup in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Only Thurm, Cody, Gailey, and Ricardo Gomez have more strikeouts than Williamson in his Revs career. Revs in the black jerseys tonight. Sugarland is in their alternate royal blue tops. The 2-2, and it misses down and away. Our plate tonight, Federico De Jesus, Warren Nicholson at first, J.B. Torres at third. Now Williamson with the payoff pitch. It's swung on, bounce to third. Cuevas will move to his left, waits for the big bounce and fires to first. The Walsh ran the gamut with the count to begin the night, but grounds to third, and there's 1 away.
It's an important out right there, not only because it's the leadoff man, but because Logan was able to make a pitch down in the count there. It was 3-2, and it's not easy to do, especially early on with the pressure on. You didn't want to walk the leadoff guy, and made a pitch, and one that wasn't right down the middle, but still a hittable pitch, and he made Walsh swing at it.
No, Matt Chavez to the plate next. Williamson and his start here Monday night, lots of ground outs to third. And that night it was Zach Wilson who had the workout. First pitch to Matt Chavez is swung on, yanked foul off the front of the Skeeters dugout. He had 9 ground outs out of his 15 outs that night. 5 of those 9 went to third base. And when he has that cutter going in on a right-hand hitter, that's where that'll come from. The 0-1, and a swing, and he really tied him up. Chavez could only nick a piece of it over toward Derek Norris, who's on deck. Right in on the hand. Chavez 4th in the league in hitting, .332. 3 home runs, 31 batted in. 2nd in total hits. Williamson a walk behind the mound, going to the rosin bag here. Mostly clear skies tonight. Cloud cover throughout the day has broken up. Here's the 0-2. And a swing and a high fly, left center field. Witherspoon comes over. And a little lower degree of difficulty than the one he had to end last night's game. He puts it away, a towering but routine fly ball. The play last night, Michael, that'll end up being one of the great plays of the year.
Sure, and I mean, it wasn't like he robbed a game-tying home run right there, or a go-ahead homer, but it's a safe situation, a 3-run game against a really good team, a divisional opponent, and he makes a good grab because who knows if that ball stays in the park and hits off the wall, maybe Sugarland puts together a rally and things get interesting. So that was a huge grab by Spoon to go up and get that ball.
Here's Derek Norris, and he looks at a first pitch strike. Norris at 234. Not a lot of hits, but a good chunk of his hits have gone for extra bases. 4 homers. He's 2nd in the league in doubles. Pitch, it is high and away, a changeup. And he is also selective. The former Major League All-Star, tied for the league lead in walks with 31. Williamson fires home, and a fastball just missed the corner away. 2 balls and a strike. Now in at 87, he'll be high 80s, mid to upper 80s. Norris played in the All-Star game in 2014 as he lays off a ball outside, 3-1. That game was at Target Field in Minnesota. It was with the Oakland A's at the time. He's also been up with the Padres, and last season was up for a good chunk of the year with Tampa Bay. 3-1, and he watches it slightly low. So 2-out walk. Norris is the first base runner of the night. His league-leading 32nd walk of the year, and now the DH, Dennis Phipps.
Well, you mentioned how patient Norris is at the plate, has a great eye, and you see that a lot with catchers. They know the strike zone because they're back there all game, so he sees it well from the batter's box. And for Derek, I mean, the year he was an all-star, around that 1 or 2 year period, he was arguably a top 5 catcher in the majors, and that's a top 5 at that position fluctuates every year, but he was in that mix. I'd say maybe 4 to 6 range at that point in his career.
No doubt. First pitch to Phipps. It's a called strike, inside corner.
I mean, you had Buster Posey, Yadier Molina, Salvador Perez, probably the top 3. Probably missing 1 or 2 names that are up there, but at that time Norris was in that mix.
He leads from first. Williamson comes home, and a ball beaten foul down against Phipps's foot. So the Skeeters, as he hobbles that one off, Skeeters getting an early taste of what Williamson does. That ball just keeps running in on a right-hand hitter, and down off the foot it goes sometimes.
We see that a lot here. I think it's a little bit more than you're supposed to see that. I mean, it seems like every night somebody's fouling one off their foot or their leg, and they're hobbling around for a good minute.
Maybe trying to yank it toward that arch nemesis.
Yeah. I mean, guys come in here, and I'm sure as an opposing hitter, it's got to be pretty like, eye-opening to see 300 down the line. And I mean, everybody can get one in the air that high if they want to. The distance is something that anybody can get as well. So I'm sure guys think about it, especially the right-handed hitters.
Now Phipps will call time as soon as Williamson was coming set. That was just to try to mess with his rhythm. Now Logan ready. And the 0-2. Swinging a well-hit ball, left center. Witherspoon tiptoeing back. He's got a bead, though, and makes the play. Just shy of the warning track in deep left center. Hit hard by Phipps, but it is the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. We've played a half inning tonight. Skeeters nothing. Revs coming up.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
The Revolution plays here.
Play ball!
The new Sports Radio 1350.
Well, Farmer cannonball tonight shot the cannon as the Revs come to bat here in the bottom of the 1st inning. Ag and Farm night here at the stadium, one of our great theme nights every year. And this year presented by BB&T. No scores. Travis Witherspoon leads things off against righty Casey Coleman, who comes in 1-0, 1.08 ERA in 5 outings, 4 starts. 25 innings, just 19 hits, and 3 runs allowed. He's been excellent. 8 walks, 23 Ks, opponents hitting .211. And the righty's first pitch, it's a fastball for a strike. He turns and shows his back to the hitter and then delivers. He's got that twist at the top of his leg lift. Witherspoon hitting 275. There's the 0-1, and it's in the dirt. Tonight, his 240th start in center field all-time with York. Second only to Scott Grimes. Been on a tear. Last 13 games hitting 383. Pitch is swung on. He's got some big league time, and he is a third-generation big leaguer. His dad pitched for the York White Roses in 1966 and 67 in the Washington Senators farm system. Pitch to Spoon is fouled back, and we'll do it again. In fact, his dad said that he learned a curveball from Ted Williams at a baseball camp. Williams apparently knew a thing or two about pitching also. It's the wind, 1-2 to Spoon, and it almost hit him. He turns away. Close brush, 2-2. Witherspoon, Casilla, Dotel, the top three tonight. Coleman last time out, 6 innings, 2 runs. He fires, breaking ball, swing and a miss. He starts the night with a K. Pretty good sideways action on that hook. 1 down.
Nasty pitch right there, and Spoon just trying to do something with it, and you can't. Have a sharp bite right there, sweeping across the zone.
Now, last time out, 6 innings, 2 runs against the Road Warriors, and no decision. The team won. His previous 3 starts, a combined 16 innings, no runs. Here's Casilla. He fouls the first one off, third base side and out of play. Alexi hitting at 303 on this homestand, 6 for 15, 400. Coleman the wind, and the 0-1 backdoor hook doesn't get the call. He was the opening night starter against the Revs last year with New Britain. Starter early in the year, signed with Houston. He fires, and it missed away, a changeup. He went to AAA Fresno, was released and came back to New Britain as a reliever later in the year. Combined to go 2-2 with a 2.49 ERA last season. The 2-1, and a swing and a foul back over the roof. He's been in the majors with the Cubs, Royals, between 2010 and 14. Play Casilla a little bit the other way. Here's the 2-2, and it's inside. He jumps back. No score, first inning. Coleman, a 15th round pick of the Cubs in 08 out of Florida Gulf Coast University. Now winds and deals. And a called third strike. Casilla took a look at it, tailing away, started to run toward first. Federico De Jesus took a long look at it himself, and with Casilla a few steps down the line, rung him up.
That's a tough call in the outer half, and you know, it's early in the game. We'll see how the strike zone ends up playing out. There's consistency. Casilla knows the strike zone.
2 strikeouts to start. Here's Dotel, and he looks at a fastball strike. Dotel hitting 327 with York, 400 against his former team, 6 for 15 against the Skeeters. It's the 0-1, and a fastball, strike 2 called, 92 down and away. Coleman with pretty impressive stuff early on, pretty much an overhand delivery. He's tinkered with other slots in the past. And a breaking ball here, swung on and missed. He strikes out the side in order in the bottom of the first inning, gets Dotel on 3 pitches and went back to the hook to complete the inning there. We'll go to the second here tonight. Revs and Skeeters scoreless.
What's the simplest, easiest, freest way to get in shape? Walking. That natural walking motion is great for almost everybody, but not every shoe is great for walking.
Flying feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes carries the shoes designed to function best, whether you're out for an invigorating stroll or you're humming along at a serious fitness pace. Walking and fitness shoes that'll do the trick, including a variety of widths and hard-to-find sizes. Walk with name brands like New Balance, Saucony, Brooks, and Accelera. For intense fitness workouts, try shoes from ASICS, New Balance, Rika, Saucony, and 361. Flying Feet's selection is great, and the service is even better. With personal attention many stores are lacking. Some stores sell shoes, Flying Feet fits them. So take life in stride and do it in style with comfortable walking shoes and fitness shoes from the sportswear specialty store without specialty prices. Flying Feet Sports Shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
I'm a chef. Pleasing my patrons' palates is paradise. But lately, when I hear a cheer from the dining room, it's Keno from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Sure, it could be my veggie lasagna, but chances are it's customers picking numbers to win cash with drawings every 4 minutes. Keno's fun, exciting, and you can enjoy it as an appetizer or a main course. Hey, everything tastes better with winning. Keno, it's here. Played at your favorite bar or restaurant.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Head of the second inning, no score here tonight. Casey Coleman striking out the side in order in his half of the first. Logan Williamson had all of his outs put in play. 2-out walk issued was all. And Kyle Kubica will lead things off. Left on left. First pitch of the inning is over for a strike. Kubica has been named the K-man tonight. He's been swinging the bat well. 7 for 16 his last 4 games. Overall, just 251, but does have 7 homers. The 0-1, and a swing and a miss. Williamson took some off. And Kubica is among the more prone hitters to strike out in this Sugarland lineup, tied for second most in the league with 57. Williamson the wind. Here's the 0-2, and he just got a piece. Foul tip bounced behind home. And we'll do it again. These two teams 2-2 against each other after the Revs win last night. Williamson nods yes, winds and fires. Breaking ball just outside.
That's a good pitch to a left-handed hitter right there. The break on that pitch from Williamson, it doesn't start really until it's over towards the middle of the plate and then goes outside, so that's really tough. You have to have great bat control.
Now deals, and it misses down and away. 2-2. Be Kubica, Barnes, and Hawkins this inning. Williamson trying to get the leadoff man. He's set, kicks, fires. Strike 3 called right there with the fastball. And Kubica knew it. And the Mazstiks ordered here early tonight. 1 down here in the second inning.
I like that pitch right there, going back with the fastball after throwing a ball there. And I'm sure Kubica was probably thinking that he'd get something off speed or even a changeup. But Williamson stayed low in the zone with the fastball, buckled his knees, and froze him.
Now 1 down. Here is Barrett Barnes. He was recently activated from the DL, had a hamstring issue as Williamson misses outside to him. Barnes hitting at 233, just 152 this month. Does have 2 home runs. He's hitting in the 260s through May as Williamson misses outside to him. 2-0. Barnes homered against the Revs in the series in Sugarland. Also got ejected from a game, arguing balls and strikes as Williamson tosses that ball away. Now has one that seems a little bit better to him. And he's ready to go. Here's the 2-0. And it's a little low. Whenever Williamson faces Sugar Land, I always think of late 2014. He made 4 starts in a row against the Skeeters that year. Here's the 3-0. And it misses upstairs. So Barnes with a walk. Second walk issued. The Revs and Skeeters played each other just a ton in September that year, and the regular season ended at Constellation Field, a 6-game series. And then, as things shook out on the final day, the Revs found out that Sugar Land would be their playoff opponent. Another 5 games in a row. Throw to first as Barnes dives back. Williamson made 4 straight starts against Sugar Land. Pitched pretty well in all. The best was in the playoffs, though. 7 shutout innings here at home in Game 4. But the Revs lost that one 1-0 in extras. Pitch here is in for a strike. 0-1. Then it was Sugar Land who would win Game 5 the next day. They lost in the championship series that year, though, to Lancaster. Williamson ready. And the 0-1, swinging a foul tip back to the net.
So Lancaster was in the Liberty that year then?
Actually, no, 3 Freedom Division teams made it that year with a wild card in play. Somerset won both halves on the other side. And Lancaster played them in 5 games, won Game 5 at Somerset to advance. We came that close to a York-Lancaster final. As the throw to first instead. Barnes back. Does have 4 steals for the year. 1 on, 1 out here in the second inning, no score. Now Williamson ready. And deals. And it missed outside. Had some late run on that changeup. Cruz a late reach, but able to secure it. Lights aren't on just yet. Looks like they're starting to come on. The sunlight has been hidden by a little cloud cover as we approach 7 p.m. here in York. Williamson sets and delivers, and a swing and a high fly in center. Witherspoon has it measured, backs up a couple small steps and makes the grab for out number 2. 2 down. Hawkins retired.
Logan's been a little wild tonight, but he's made it work so far. Nothing on the board for Sugar Land. And to come back after a walk like that and at least put something in the strike zone that's good enough for, you know, Courtney to swing at right there is big right there, and come back at out number 2.
Now Anthony Jansanti digs in. He is hitting at .257, 6 home runs, 20 driven in. 4 for 11 with 5 RBIs against York. First pitch is a fastball at the knees, a called strike. He had a game in Sugar Land against the Revs June 2nd where he was 3 for 4 and drove in 4. Williamson ready. And a move to first. Barnes back standing again. No score. Second inning tonight. Now Logan has his sign. 0-1. And it misses down and in. Jansanti kicks the back foot out of the way. Williamson now in his 4th season with York. The stretch, the 1-1, and a ground ball toward the middle. Casilla backhands and a glove hand flip to Dent at the bag, ready for it. A roller right past the mound, right past the umpire in the middle of the field, but Alexi had a clean look and makes a clean play. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. No score.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Jay Gaush. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Spurt Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the second, no score. Jared Mitchell leads off and a foul tip back to the net against Casey Coleman on his first pitch of the inning. Struck out the side in order in the first inning tonight. 2 swings, 1 look. Here's the 0-1 to Mitchell, and it misses up high. Mitchell at 254, 4 home runs, 18 driven in. A little bit of a slow go here of late, but can heat up at any moment. The 1-1, backdoor hook, and Coleman doesn't get the call on that. It was close. Mitchell is 3rd in the league in runs scored with 33. Came in tied with Norris for the league lead in walks with 31. And the 2-1, and a swing and a miss. Fastball down in the zone. 91 from Coleman. Impressed with his stuff here early. Mitchell, Cuevas, Burgess here this inning. Now the 2-2. And a half swing, and he went around a foul tip, in fact, into the mitt of Norris. 4 strikeouts in a row to start the night for Casey Coleman.
He's just keeping guys really off balance. Mitchell looked uncomfortable there on that swing, and guys might be trying to guess right now because Coleman's so locked in, and you see a couple times that they've guessed wrong.
Well, David Kubiak did that to the Revs June 14th at Somerset. Here's Cuevas, who fires away and comes up empty. The Revs would eventually put up 7 that night, a 7-3 win, but 4 strikeouts in a row. It's 1 off the Revs record to start a game. Not a record that they want to match. There's the 0-1, and a swing and a fly ball to right, and they won't match it, but it is going to be out number 2. Barnes under it waiting and makes the grab.
That's progress right there, making some contact. Can only go up, right, Darryl?
Yeah.
Well, here's Big Mike, and this guy who looked locked in last night. Both the hits, including the homer off the lefty. You touched on that with Mace, how he had some success against Russell last night. But now he gets a righty tonight. I'm sure he's even happier.
Yeah. 8 home runs now. That is tied for 3rd most in the league. First pitch, breaking ball, a little high. Next RBI will be the 700th of his career. Average at 203, a 2-for-4 game last night, 2 for his first 2 off the lefty. Pitch is down low, 2-0. No score here in the second inning. Coleman has mowed through the Revs here in the outset tonight. Behind on Burgess, though, the 2-0. And he threw a curve and got the strike call, or a slider anyway. Slurve, whatever he calls it.
He's confident enough to go with it on 2-0 right there. A pitch he knows he can throw for a strike.
Winds and deals. And a swing and a foul back over the roof. 2-2. Mentioned he was the opening day starter for New Britain against the Revs last season. Burgess 1 foot out, collecting the thoughts. And now awaiting. Here's the wind, the twist, the 2-2, and it missed away. Fastball at 93. Burgess works it full. Luis Cruz waiting on deck. Coleman the kick and the pitch. And a swing and a fly ball lofted out to right. Barnes will walk toward the line a couple steps, waiting, and makes the one-hand grab. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Casey Coleman to start tonight's game. Revs put a couple in play after he started the night with 4 straight strikeouts. He's on early, though. Now we go to the third, still scoreless.
This is Doug Sprinkle, sales manager at York Mitsubishi, and I'm here to introduce the biggest nothing you've ever heard of. It's time for Nada Zip Zilch. That's what you pay in finance charges over 72 months with some of our most popular Mitsubishis, like the amazing all-new Eclipse Cross, the 7-passenger Outlander, and the ever-popular Outlander Sport. And to top that off, have a worry-free summer in your new Mitsubishi with no payments for 90 days. Gas prices got you down? Check out the high-tech, best-selling Outlander PHEV plug-in hybrid, rated at an amazing 74 miles per gallon equivalent for the 40-plus mile per gallon Mirage. It's like a go-kart on steroids for only $11,990. Big savings, top dollar for all trade-ins, and we want to approve everyone for credit. That means you too. More stuff for less money and almost twice the warranty of the competition. It's only at York Mitsubishi, around the corner of Route 30 and Roosevelt Avenue, York, where Mitsubishi's always costs less. Come check us out at YorkMitsubishi.com.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
No score. We head to the third inning here tonight at Peoples Bank Park. Revs a 4-1 win last night. Logan Williamson will face 9-1-2 in the Skeeters order. Alvaro Rondon to lead off. A couple walks issued by Logan, but has stranded both. And Rondon, the lefty, digs in. One of their hottest hitters. First pitch of the inning. And it's inside. He backs away. The sky's getting a little brighter again. Some partial cloud cover moves through. Little hint of sunlight reappearing. 1-0 and a bouncer foul, first base side. Rondon at 285. He's hit 328 in the month of June, 341 the last 13. Left on left, Williamson delivers. And he tries to bunt his way on, bunts through it. Strike 2, 1-2 the count to him. Rondon was in the American Association last year, teammate of Dennis Phipps. Pitch is bounce foul, first base side, a kick save by Albert Cordero coaching at first. He's with the Texas Air Hogs. On the pitch. And a swing and a loop. Shallow center. Witherspoon on his horse. Dives! And he came close, but it's down on the grass. First hit of the night. He did all he could. Had him played the other way. And came sprinting in toward shallow right center. And it was just an inch out of his reach. His shades ended up on the grass. Tyson Gillies hands those back to him.
I think they broke. I'm pretty sure Gillies picked up 3 separate pieces out there. And Spoon just tucked them away in his back pocket. So I think those are a goner.
That's unfortunate.
I'm sure Spoon's got some backups.
Yeah. I like his white shades, though.
Yeah.
White brim. There's Colin Walsh at the top. And moved to first, has Rondon back standing. Does have 12 steals. Now Spoon did all he could, made a beeline to it, dove full stretch.
There goes the no-hitter.
Yeah. Williamson, first pitch to Walsh inside. Got Walsh to ground out third base, his first at bat. Nods yes, he's ready. A long set. Pitch is outside 2-0. Mentioned Williamson in his 4th season with the Revs. And the second on the team currently behind Ricardo Gomez, who's in his 6th season with York. Now move to first, scampering back is Rondon. And Gomez is tied with Salvador Paniagua for the second longest tenure in Revs history behind Corey Thurman's 8 seasons. 2-0, and a bouncer hits softly and foul, third base side. Leadoff man aboard here in the top of the 3rd inning. The Skeeters with the league's 3rd-ranked offense in terms of runs, tops in homers, doubles, and walks. 4th in batting. There's the stretch. Williamson with the 2-1. And a cutter got it across at the top of the strike zone, 2-2. Walsh came into the game as a pinch hitter last night. Derek Norris was a little bit banged up, but he's back in behind the plate again tonight. He doesn't miss many. And now a balk called as they will award Rondon second base. I just looked down, didn't really see it, but I guess a little flinch as he maybe tried to step off.
Yeah, I looked down too. I was looking at my scorebook, and it couldn't have been anything major, otherwise we would have seen something.
Williamson going to the rosin bag a little frustrated. Double play out of order, but no real argument from the Revs. DeJesus was hollering over toward the dugout, explaining the call, but no real argument behind it. Now from the stretch, runner at second, the 2-2, and a changeup fouled against the netting will do it again.
Logan needs to come with a pitch here, keep something low in the zone, maybe get a ground ball. He'd love to have Walsh pull something over to the left side, keep that runner at second with a grounder.
Ready again. Pitch. It's inside. A cutter came in off the plate. 3-2 now.
He's fallen behind a handful of hitters tonight and needed to throw a lot of pitches. And the Sugar Land lineup, a patient approach.
A look down, a look back, the payoff pitch, and a swing and a foul over the first base side roof. Walsh last year was at Double-A in the Diamondbacks system and Double-A and Triple-A in the Astros system. Made it to the majors with Milwaukee the year before that. 8 games played. Former Stanford Cardinal It's another full count offering. Rondon breaks for third, pitch is high. Cruz's throw goes into left. And Gillies will charge in, but no chance to get a throw off. Rondon scampers home. It's a walk to Walsh. It's a steal of third for Rondon. Cruz will be charged with a throwing error, and the Skeeters lead it 1-0. Cuevas tried to dive to his left and save that one, but couldn't get to it.
An interesting trip around the bases right there. Bloop single, balk, stolen base, error. But Sugarland will take that. Finding ways to score and jump on the board early. Just taking advantage of what's given out there.
That is the third walk. And now Walsh aboard. Williamson will walk behind the mound, trying to probably just clear his head after a rather frustrating sequence there. He does wear his emotions on his sleeve. Matt Chavez, the hitter, with Walsh at first, still no outs. Chavez a fly out to center his first time. Williamson with the pitch. And a ground ball base hit through the left side of the infield. Gillies will glove and toss in the Dent. It's first and second, no outs. First three have reached this inning. Chavez, 65th base hit of the year, the league's second most.
It's his first hit of the series. They probably weren't going to keep him down much longer, as he's been hot. And that's why you want to keep the guys ahead of him off base, because he's hitting over 300 with runners on base, is Chavez, and he keeps it moving there.
Now Derek Norris walked in the first. Pitch is a little high. Williamson kind of flips the hand up like, where was that? DeJesus says it was outside. Mentioned Williamson fourth in wins in Revs history. He's third in San Angelo Colts history. His former team earlier in his career. Swing here and a foul back over the roof, 1-1. They were in the United League and the North American Baseball League. And our counterpart with Sugarland, Mr. Ira, was his broadcaster there. Williamson sets. The 1-1. Change-up just outside. The year that the Revs first acquired Williamson, he was briefly with San Angelo that year. And then in the American Association with Amarillo briefly. Mexico briefly. And then found a home in York. The 2-1. And a line drive towards second and over Casilla into shallow right center. He backed up, at least made it look like he might catch it. So Walsh from second had to hesitate, throw loose toward the plate. Cruz will track it down. No further damage done just yet, but a base hit loads the bases. Still no outs in the inning.
Revs are lucky that the man on second, Walsh, there had to hold up, because Casilla did a good job of at least making an attempt there. I think he knew all the way that he wasn't going to be able to catch that ball, but at least backpedal a little bit, then jump to at the least fake out Walsh. Now Logan's going to have to try to get himself out of a bases loaded no-out jam.
Dennis Phipps, the hitter, flying out deep to center in the first. First pitch here is bounced foul over by the Skeeters dugout. He was looking for a first pitch to load up on. Good one from Williamson, cutting in on his hands. Williamson did get him to painfully foul one off his foot in the first inning on that inside cutter. Infield back except Burgess. Pitch is down low. Burgess playing in front of the runner Norris at first base. Everybody else, though, back. Phipps has hit .359 on the road. .344 off lefties. .301 overall with 5 home runs. 1-0 Skeeters. Here's the stretch, the pitch, and a rip foul. Juice Gums, the third base coach, has to hurdle it. Made him get up and get some air on that ball at his feet. 1-2.
Juice is ready down there. Athletic build, good agility down there to get away from that ball. Logan's living dangerously right now. Phipps has gotten his bat on a few balls here. Double play ball would be huge. You'll trade 2 outs for that run scoring.
Up, swing and a miss. Strikes him out. Logan Williamson, his second K of the night. And that's a big one. First out of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, the confidence to pull the string right there. Get Phipps out in front of that pitch. He had been on the last few, but out in front there. On the changeup from Logan. A good pitch. Really got that back in his hand, and it had some nice downward bite to it. Now a double play would be even more huge. Get out of this inning.
Yeah, that was a beauty. Here's Kubica. He fouls the first one back to the netting. Struck out looking his first time up. Is the K-man tonight. 1-0 Skeeters, but Williamson trying to work out of a major jam here. Here's the stretch. And the 0-1. Almost hit him. That was close. In near the hands. Cruz motions to Logan to the front shoulder as if to say, don't open too soon. Stay closed. Stay straight to the plate.
Logan hit a batter with the bases loaded in his last start. He won that game, but he did it with 2 strikes and the bases loaded to hit a guy.
The 1-1. And a swing. Oh, man, a foul that bounced up off the dirt toward Kubica's face. It might have gotten the brim of the helmet. 1-2. He seems fine, but that was a little startling.
Yeah, I think it was the brim right there. I think if that had hit his eye or nose, anywhere in that area, he would have needed some more time. But still, I mean, that's never fun to chop one and then it have coming right back up in your face area.
That brings back a bad memory for me.
Oh, boy. How bad are we talking?
Passing, but bad. Here's the pitch. And a foul tip back to the net. We were like 14 and went to actually like a week-long camp at an indoor facility over Christmas. And one day they cranked the machine up to 90 to see if we could hit it. And I fouled one straight down, came up and hit me in the cheek.
Ooh.
And that was the end of my session.
So no more hitting 90 miles an hour at age 14?
No, and never did again, I don't think. It's the pitch. Swing and a foul back onto the roof. It really, really is amazing when you see it up close how good these guys are to be able to react to that from 60 feet 6 inches. Less when you consider where the pitcher releases it from, movement, location.
I think it's the hardest thing to do in sports, honestly, to be able to hit a baseball. Like you said, pitcher standing 60 feet 6 inches away, with all that spin and velocity, cut action. I mean, try naming something, one individual activity within a sport that's harder. You know, you can go to all different sports, and I don't know if you'll find one.
Yeah, it is a special talent that these guys have. Williamson with the pitch. Missed down and away. 2-2 now.
You ever hear, I don't know if it's, you know, a specific quote from one person or if people just say it, but you ever heard the saying about how weird baseball is? You have a round ball and a round bat and you try to hit it square.
Yeah.
Square it up.
That says it all. Here's the 2-2. And he jammed him. He floats a foul. It'll find the seats, though, behind the third base dugout.
Nice grab right there by the fan. He was right there, can of corn.
It's been a good at-bat from Kubica. Keeps spoiling Williamson's offerings here. He's now at 63 pitches here with 1 out in the 3rd inning. But he is doing all he can to steer his way out of this. Another 2-2. And a swing and a bouncer right side. Casilla has to range way left. Spins, makes a jump throw to first just in time. Only play was right there, and they get it done. A run does score. 2-0 as Walsh crosses the plate. RBI ground out for Kubica. Beautiful play from Alexi, but As soon as that ball was hit, it was apparent that was all they might have a chance to get.
Right, and Alexi shading a little bit more toward up the middle, the chance to turn a double play. But he still makes a nice play just to get to that ball, and then you could see a little bit on that spin move while he was in the air. He really tried to focus his body and arm towards first base to make sure he didn't airmail that throw, and at least secure the second out of the inning. And that's what Logan wanted. If he was going to get an out that wasn't, a pop-up strikeout or something where the runner couldn't score, or at least make it a weakly hit ground ball where only one comes in.
Well, now he will try to limit the damage to the 2 runs. As Barrett Barnes digs in, he walked his first time up. Second and third, Williamson from the windup. First pitch cuts low and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Williamson in the jam this inning, really trying to slow it down, work his way out of it. Here's the 1-0, and there's a fastball for a strike. He is not a guy that will give in an inch to anybody. He will battle all night if he has to. Here's the kick, the 1-1. Change up, it just missed, a little low. He's got pretty good depth on that change up tonight. A couple of times it's kind of sailed to the arm side on him, but really killing the velo with the grip. The 2-1, and there's a strike, a cutter in at the knees. So he evens it, and potentially now a strike away from avoiding the big inning.
He has a pitch to play with on 2-2. Why not go to that changeup? Keep it down in the zone. Don't let Barnes get extended on it.
Here it is. He threw it, but it slipped and sailed high and away. Cruz had to reach again. He motions to Logan, keep that front shoulder in. And the count goes full. Does have first base open. Courtney Hawkins lurking on deck. Here's the windup, the payoff pitch. Swinging a line drive to right center, base hit. And that'll score both. It goes all the way to the wall in right center. Mitchell chases it down. And Barnes into second. A stand-up 2-run double the other way. And Sugar Land does put together the big inning. They lead it 4-0 here in the third.
And that's what you wanted to avoid. And it came down to a 2-strike, 2-out pitch right there, and Barnes made Logan pay. Just a tough inning for Logan. You see the walk earlier in the inning, that hurts. A couple seeing eye singles.
Well, now steps off, realizes it's just a runner at second. He's going to go back to the stretch. Courtney Hawkins, the hitter. And now time asks for Hawkins, a gnat up near his face.
Sure it wasn't a skeeter? Although I really still don't know what a skeeter is. I mean, are they big?
I think it's slang for mosquito.
Oh, that makes sense.
His first pitch to Hawkins. He lines it softly to short. Dent waits on it to get there and squeezes to end the inning. But Sugar Land scores 4 times on 4 hits, 1 error and 1 left. 4-0 Sugar Land leads. We go to the bottom of the third.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
We solemnly swear we're up to no good, and we want all the wizards and witches to join us. It's Harry Potter Night, Friday, June 29th at People's Bank Park. Get points for your house in a costume contest or take part in the end-of-term feast. Plus, enter to win tickets to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway. With movie clips, your favorite characters, and more, it'll be more fun than you can put in the room of requirement. Harry Potter Night, Friday, June 29th. Tickets at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Luke Westfall. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Sugarland with a 4-0 lead. They have struck first and grabbed some early control tonight. Luis Cruz will lead things off. You're in the home half of the third for the Revs. Casey Coleman has retired all 6 that he's faced. First 4 of the night on strikeouts. First pitch to Cruz is a fastball for a called strike. And the only time that the Revs have struck out 5 times in a row to start a game, only 2 times, both in 2016. Pitch is a little bit high, 1-1. Coleman, the first 4 outs on strikeouts, the last 2 on fly balls to right. On the wind, he turns, he fires, breaking ball, slides across, called strike 2. Cruz, Dent, and Gillies this inning. Luis sitting at 227 with a home run. And Coleman fires, and a slider breaks away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Every pen that I touch dies.
You got to get some of those People's Bank pens in here.
I have that for blue.
Oh, true.
2-2, and a swing and a miss. A high fastball at 90. And that is strikeout number 5 for Coleman tonight.
You know, I'm with you, though, on the fact that the black pens just seem to run out a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Or just so less reliable.
I'll give you a clue on this one. It's about as good a quality as the hotel it came from.
So we're not talking 5-star pens?
No. Here's Ryan Dent. First pitch, he swings and pops a foul out of play to the right.
Hotel pens are really hit or miss. I mean, there are some that I have from last summer when I was in the Northwoods League going on road trips that still work. Then there's others that, I grabbed one down in Southern Maryland, and I think it was, maybe a year old.
Yeah. There's a curveball, there's a called strike.
I think I maybe got a couple words out of it, and it was done.
You may or may not have just named where this one came from.
I had a feeling.
0-2, and a check from Dent. Appeal to first. He's rung up on a slider down and in. And they appeal to first, and that is strikeout number 6 for Coleman, who's now retired his first 8. 2 down in the third.
It has all the makings of a long night tonight, but it's 4-0. We're not talking like 9-10-0. And this York team scored well on the road trip, so they're more than capable of putting up a 4 spot themselves. But right now, Coleman in a groove, and the Revs haven't been able to break it.
Here's Tyson Gillies, and he lays off down low. Here goes the ceremonial throw of the pen.
Got to bring a new one in.
Yep. At least I didn't mistake. 6-1 Sugarland here in the 7th inning. 2nd and 3rd, no outs. So a tough situation in which to enter. Watts an inning on Thursday night, charged with 1 run, 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 K. It's against the Road Warriors. First pitch here to Barrett Barnes is a slider for a called strike. Barnes is 1 for 2 tonight, 2-run double in the 3rd inning, the biggest hit of that 4-run 3rd. Here's the 0-1, and it sinks down and in. Fastball, some late tail to it, but just a little low. Watts listed at 6 feet, 205, 23-year-old from Mooresville, North Carolina. Added the same day as Pugliese earlier this week. There's the 1-1, and a swing and a miss. Good slider there. He was a 17th round pick of the Braves in 2016. Out of Tusculum College in Tennessee. He's made it as high as AA in his career. And this is only his 3rd pro season. Excellent numbers. Here's the stretch. And the 1-2. Slider down low. 5-5, all in relief, 18 saves, 2.82 ERA. 7.5 hits per 9, 3 walks per 9, 9 strikeouts per 9 in his career. Started this year at AA and High A in the Braves system. 10 outings each. He fires. Strike 3 called, fastball inside corner. 89, Barnes has words, but he's a strikeout victim as Watts comes in and rings him up, 1 down here in the 7th.
That's just another live off. Mace has been able to inning yet. This is his 2nd appearance and 2nd in
ice cream day in Iceland, I think.
We're getting some ice cream in the booth. That you have to interrupt your thought for some ice cream.
Ed Mann is the man.
Well, Sitton is getting up in their bullpen.
I don't care. I have ice cream.
Say, that's the update that we got from Greg over here, but I don't even remember what I was just saying. We got some ice cream. I mean, I was excited about the point I was going to make, too, but a little bit more excited about the ice cream.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you, Ed. He said it's National Ice Cream Day in Iceland.
Big shout out to Ed.
I think he makes up National Ice Cream Days just to have an excuse to buy it. Here's Courtney Hawkins, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. First pitch is in the dirt and blocked by Luis Cruz. Hawkins 1 for 3 tonight. Watts this year at AA with the Mississippi Braves and High A with the Florida Fire Frogs. Now the 1-0 and a rip left side base hit. Cuevas from 3rd laid out, but it gets on through. 1 run home. Gillies was on it almost at the back of the infield. He'll make a short toss in. 1st and 3rd. And an RBI single for Courtney Hawkins makes it 7-1.
Well, Seahawks gotten a couple of good pitches that he's just made good swings on tonight. I mean, the first hit he had off the end of the bat and just flicked his bat out, and that one sneaks it by Cuevas, taking advantage of the opportunity with runners on, and Sugarland just continuing to add to the lead here.
Now here is Anthony Jansanti. He's 0 for 3. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. And Watts with the pitch. Slider, it's a little low. Kubica at 3rd. That is the final runner that is Treese's responsibility. First 2 runs this inning charged to Zach. Now Watts sets. Here's the 1-0. And a swing and a foul back over the roof. When Watts began his pro career, 2016, between Danville in the Appalachian League rookie ball and the Rome Braves Single A South Atlantic League, his first pro season, he went 3-1 with a 0.76 ERA. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball over the mound. Casilla right there. Feeds Dent. Turned to first. Got him. 4-6-3 double play. It rolled right over the mound, but Alexi right there behind second fed Dent, and Ryan did the rest. Inning over, 2 runs do score, 4 hits in the inning, 1 man left. Stretch time at the bank. It's Sugarland 7, York 1.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Neighbors not so neighborly anymore? Sick of the size of your current home? Is renting feeling like a relentless waste of money? Agent Adam knows the feeling. With a 100% contract-to-close track record, Agent Adam and Housebroker Realty will sell your home quickly and help you buyers explore new home ownership with confidence. Go to agentadamsells.com or call 717-757-9999 and ask for Agent Adam personally. That's agentadamsells.com or 717-757-9999.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoe Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs down 7-1. Brian, our official scorer, said that Watts made slight contact with the glove on that ball, so the double play will go 1-4-6-3. And Casey Coleman's evening is finished. He's in the 80s in pitches. I think Brian said, or Greg said 86, I believe. He goes 6 innings, 4 hits, and allowed just 1 run. Walked none and struck out 8. He was excellent tonight, as he has been since joining the Skeeters. Jared Mitchell is supposed to lead off. He cannot get the bat weight off the bat. It is completely stuck to the barrel of the bat. He can't get it off. And he's walking into the dugout, I guess, in search of a new bat.
Well, he's got to use the dugout step to get that off, use some concrete. But I saw this recently, as recently as 2 weeks ago or so, in a major league game. Somebody just could not get the bat weight off, so they had to go over to the concrete on the dugout to do it.
Wow. Well, we're good to go.
It's that kind of night so far, right?
Yeah. It must not know his own strength putting it on. Lefty Craig Sitton, the new pitcher. He fires a strike. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. He is a beanstalk, 6'5", 190. He'll turn 30 a little less than a month. He's been as high as AAA. The 0-1. And a breaking ball down and outside on Mitchell, who's 1 for 2 tonight. Revs just 4 hits. Mitchell led off the 5th inning with a single and scored. Scored on Cruz's ground ball. 1-1. And a line drive the other way. Left center field. Slicing back, though, to Courtney Hawkins, who hustled over toward the alley and was there to squeeze it. Hard hit, but out number 1.
Revs haven't had many hard hit balls tonight, and then you get one. And it's right at a guy ranging over in the gap. What a successful AB. Mitchell at least got the bat weight off to start things.
Here's Cuevas now. He's 0 for 2. The Sugarland bullpen has gone 17 straight scoreless innings since last Sunday. Their longest stretch of the year, 18 in a row. Pitch to Cuevas is low. As a staff in the bullpen, they have a 2.72 ERA. Their overall ERA of 3.21 leads the league, as does their opponent's batting average, only 2.41. There's the pitch, and that misses high. Of course, Constellation Field is one of the great pitchers' ballparks in the league. They've allowed the fewest home runs. They've struck out the second most. Sitting in 21 outings, 1-0, 5.40 ERA. He fires, and a swing and a foul over the first base roof, 2-1. It's given up some hits. Opponents hitting .323, but only 6 walks in 21 outings. Twilight here at the ballpark tonight. Very pleasant evening aside from the score. Here's the 2-1. And a bouncing ball softly left side. The third baseman, Kubica, cuts in front of short and reaching low to grab it. He fires to first on the run. 2 down, and a nice play from the Skeeters' third baseman.
Good play right there, and right now the Revs just looking to string a couple hits together, but it starts with one hit, and they haven't been able to crack this new lefty out of the pen.
Now here's Michael Burgess Sr. had a key hit in the inning in which they scored back in the 5th. He's 1 for 2 tonight. 7-1 Sugarland. Left on left, the 6'5 lefty Sitton fires, and a slider called strike. Started at Burgess and ran over. Sitton last year was at AAA Sacramento in the Giants system. He had a 3.74 ERA in the PCL. He deals, and a breaking ball just outside. That's probably as good as a 2.74 or lower in any ordinary league where it doesn't fly like it does in that part of the country.
Yeah, I'd say for sure, and that's pretty solid.
Here's a swing and a drive to the gap in left center. Hawkins won't get to this. Down for a hit, one hops the wall padding, and Burgess has to hustle, dives in with a double. Throw rolls away over the mound all the way to the plate, and Burgess will stay there at second as he went in hard, and he hit it hard. Pounded that ball the other way, a double to the gap in left center.
I was more impressed with the bat flip right there.
Yeah, right?
You think he's having some fun hitting against lefties right now? That's 3 hits in the series against the southpaws. Just staying on a pitch, keep that shoulder in, and getting something he could drive. And Mike is so strong, he can just flick the bat out there and do that. But that's a great example of how to make an adjustment once a reliever comes in, and especially one that's left-handed against a left-handed hitter.
Well, 2 for 3 tonight. 3 for 4 against lefties in this series now. And here's Luis Cruz, who's 0 for 2. Did have an RBI ground out in the 5th. First pitch, he swings and misses. Change up from Sitton. Was one heck of a bat flip. Burgess is so strong, he could literally stand there all hands and hit the ball all over the field. Here's a pitch inside, 1-1. Sitting a 7th round pick of the Rockies, 2010, out of Oregon State. On the pitch, and a swing and a miss, a fastball, 1-2. Sitting in 8 minor league seasons, 3.36 ERA, almost exclusively in relief. Revs down 7-1 here in the 7th. Sitting, leaning forward, straightens up, fires, and a called third strike. Up and in on Cruz, who's punched out to end the inning. Burgess a 2-out double, but he is left out there. And we've played 7 tonight. Going to the 8th inning, Revs trail the Skeeters 7-1.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
What's the simplest, easiest, freest way to get in shape? Walking! That natural walking motion is great for almost everybody, but not every shoe is great for walking.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet sports shoes carries the shoes designed to function best, whether you're out for an invigorating stroll or you're humming along at a serious fitness pace. Walking and fitness shoes that'll do the trick, including a variety of widths and hard-to-find sizes. Walk with name brands like New Balance, Saucony, Brooks, and Accelera. For intense fitness workouts, try shoes from Asics, New Balance, Rika, Saucony, and 361. Flying Feet's selection is great, and the service is even better. With personal attention many stores are lacking. Some stores sell shoes, Flying Feet fits them. So take life in stride and do it in style with comfortable walking shoes and fitness shoes from the sportswear specialty store without specialty prices. Flying Feet sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the 8th, 7-1. Talk of the town right now is the cow race that we had between innings. 3 staff members representing different departments. And Quentin, who last night made the broadcast when we said that he could not possibly be traded the way that Carlos Quentin had been at one point. Quentin is untouchable, and he makes that stand up. He wins the cow race.
Holy cow. Holy cow, he was fast. It's not about how you start, it's how you finish. Connor was out to a big lead, and cue a sharp turn around that left field corner. That's what it's all about, the quick turn right there.
Devin Watt's first pitch of the 8th is fouled back by Rondon.
I mean, that was as if, you had a ball out to the right center field gap, but it wasn't deep, and Polo's sending you. You got to make that sharp turn around third, and Q did.
Textbook.
Absolutely.
It's the 0-1, and a swing of a looping fly ball to left. Gillies had it read in a step and makes the grab, 1 down. Well, the Skeeters bullpen also had a little role in that. So they provided a roadblock for Connor coming around the edge. But whatever.
I think that was a design. We were down in I was dropping off, stats and stuff in the Skeeters locker room before the game, and Q was down there possibly talking shop.
Oh. Here's Walsh, who looks at one in the dirt.
Nah, but I mean, I'm going to give Quentin the fair win right there. He finished first, and hey, look, I didn't see anything happen illegally out there.
There's a foul back and out of play.
Incidental that they were just kind of all there.
Could chalk it up to good planning. Strategizing. 1-1 on Walsh. Watts the pitch. It is a backdoor slider for a strike. Walsh 0 for 2. 2 walks and a run tonight. Watts ready. Here's the 1-2. Fastball way high. He'll get a little extended time here. In fact, he did get all 3 outs of the 7th inning, so looking to make it a 2-inning appearance. On the 2-2. And a slider appeal to third. He did not swing. Walsh stopped in time, says J.B. Torres. 1 inherited run allowed by Watts last inning, but nothing on his. Here's the payoff pitch. It missed outside. Fastball just off the plate away. Ball 4. Walsh a 1-out base runner. On our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report, probably Q after that performance. Quentin.
Little hamstring injury.
Could be any number of things on the lower limbs.
They might want to check on all three. I know there definitely was going to need to be some stretching involved there. But that's a long run. You're going from center field all the way around the warning track in foul territory to behind home plate, or actually over by the on-deck circle.
Chong will have to clear his schedule. Here's Matt Chavez. He swings and fouls one back. The Revs do have Jay Goss on the DL with the elbow. He'll be getting checked out in the coming days. Frank DeGiulio Jr. for the year with the Tommy John surgery. Dominic Severino will have some work done on his ribs tomorrow in hopes that he won't be out long. There's the stretch, the 0-1, and that misses down and in. Revs with Zach Wilson on the DL with the groin injury. Am I missing anybody?
I think you're good. I don't think it's any longer than that, and it's unfortunate. It really is.